So the question is, what does the depiction of inverted tree in 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? 15th chapter is in Bhagavad Gita, there is a description of an inverted tree. What does that refer to? So before we, go into that, let us see the shloka. 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called as Purushottam Yoga. Shri Krishna says, Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakham Ashwatham Prahur Avyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Ved Savedavit. He says that they speak of an eternal Ashwatha, sacred fig, people tree, which is of the nature of Urdhva Moolam. Its mula, its base is up. Adha Shakham, the branches are down. This is an eternal tree, Avyayam. Chandamsi Yasya Parnani, the leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows the secret of this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Then it says in the second shloka, Adhascha urdhvam prasrutas tasya shakha. How are its branches going? They are going down also, they are going up also. And branches have leaves. Guna pravriddha vishaya pravalaha. And how do they get nourished? They get nourished by the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. And they have tender buds through which the plant keeps growing. And these are the senses, objects of the senses. Adhascha mulanya anusantatani karma anubandhini manushya loke. And from the branches of that tree also further the roots are going downwards, not toward the base, but hanging downwards. And these roots, keep branching out, causing karmic actions in the world of humans. And that is how these roots keep binding the human being to the Manushya Loka, karma cycle. Okay. So this is the description that is given. And Krishna also says, Na rupamasya tathopalabhyate. The real form of this tree is not perceived in this world. Na anto cha adi na sampratishtha. Nobody can even see, where is it beginning, where it is ending, or its continued existence. You cannot grasp it in completeness. Ashwathamenam suvirudhamulam. These roots that are hanging, they are very strong there. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. But the tree must be actually cut down with a strong axe of detachment. Asanga shastra. The shastra that Krishna is asking us to use is asanga. Okay. This is the description that is given. So this is an inverted people tree, fig tree. One thing that is missing is that from the branches also some roots are coming down and hanging down, means going in the opposite direction of the base. So can anybody, think of what Krishna is referring to? No, please, there are, learned people here in this shlokas. What does this inverted tree mean? Anyone? Okay, so probably, this is a very complicated question. The one thing that we have to understand here is, what is the nature of a tree? The tree has roots which are firmly into the ground, and the roots are always stable. They don't move. And as you go up and up into an erect tree, then the tree develops more and more mobility. the leaves move more. So we see that Krishna is referring that the root is more stable, the periphery keeps on expanding, and in this root here, the leaves he has said are Vedas. Vedas actually, if you see, the initial major portion of the Vedas is in the form of hymns, which actually worship various elements of the nature and is also about fulfilling various kind of desires, not only of this world, but into the other lokas as well. There are 7 lokas. There is Swargalok, Gandharvalok, there are Brahmalok, Hiranyagarbhalok. So there are various kind of desires, and the lifespan of the jiva also changes in those lokas. So these Vedic hymns are about praising those worlds and fulfilling different kind of desires. So therefore Krishna says that the leaves are the Vedas, Vedic hymns. And they go down, urdhvam adham. They are going down also, the roots which are karma anubandhini, binding to the action, they go up also. So when in other shloka Bhagavad Gita says, urdhvam gachanti sattvasthaha, adho gachanti tamasaha. Depending on the kind of karma that you do, you can rise on this tree up also, you can go on this tree down also. So good actions lead to Shubha karma, lead to Shubha phala that take you up the tree. Bad action leading to Krishna karma phala take you down. So here it says that human beings, the jiva, keep going up and down due to different kind of karma onto this tree. But when you have to nourish the whole tree, or the whole tree, from where does the tree draw its real essence, the real nutrition? Then you have to look at the very base of the tree. You have to go to the very base from where the tree has emerged. Upanishads describe that the very base is the Uttama Purusha. Uttama Purusha is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that I am myself. And the stem is the Brahma. And from the Brahma, the whole creation, all the lokas, everything has come up. And the leaves are those hymns which are providing us the guidance to fulfill worldly desires. So one thing that we have to remember here is, ask this deep question to ourselves. What is the main purpose of our life? What is the main goal of our life? Is our whole life directed towards fulfilling the desires of my senses? That my senses will touch the sense objects and I will get this, I will get that, I will earn, I will get money, and after this money, I will build a house, I will get a car, I will settle in this country, I will see the whole world. What is the maximum limit through which our desires have gone? And what is the ultimate goal for which we are living? If that goal, is still in the realm of sense organ and object connection, no matter how huge it is, how big it is, even, many people want to do a lot of social activity, but there also we see that there is a kind of a gratification where we see, things fulfilling and growing, planet becoming a better place, better air, better water. Here also you want better for your sense organ touching the sense object. Now, the thing is that this particular world that is manifested in the form of these leaves of the tree is ever changing. And in the flux of a change, we want a particular sensation. The problem is that the sensation of the object touching the organ is always momentary. It never gives us lasting happiness. You may be remembering many times in your life this has happened, that you said that once I clear this exam, or once I achieve this position, or once I get this person in my life, I will get into nirvana. I will not want anything else. I will have a lasting happiness if this one thing happens. And that thing happened. And the joy, the bliss that you felt was so momentary that you couldn't even enjoy it before your mind desired for the next thing. So this is an unending kind of a pattern of life that is going on within us from lives after lives. We fulfill one desire, we think that we will not ask any other desire after that. And within a moment, that happiness of achieving that is gone and you are asking for something else. Maximum it can go for a few days, but then you are not even aware that you develop a next desire. So desire to desire to desire for a momentary happiness. We keep moving. So then these yogis, they understood this pattern and they asked, is the whole life like this, just jumping like a monkey from one branch of the tree to another branch, to one branch to another branch, eating those leaves, hanging down on those roots? Is this the only purpose of life? Will I keep going up and down in this tree only? So then, this Purushottam Yoga that Krishna describes, Krishna says that the joy, the nature of joy, the happiness that you are searching is that which has ever increasing bliss, okay, and which doesn't end. That is the kind of happiness that you want. But where you are searching is in the periphery of the creation. But the happiness that you want is actually the very nature of the creator. So when we move from the periphery towards the base of this tree, then we move towards more and more lasting, sustained kind of happiness. Actually, this has been described in Taittiriya Upanishad in the chapter of Ananda Mimamsa, where they say that as you go higher and higher in the lokas, the amount of bliss that you can get keeps increasing tenfold. So by Brahma Loka, it is 10 to the power 10, that kind of a bliss. If you imagine that a person who is the king of the whole world and can ask for anything in this world, if the happiness of that person is 1 unit, then 10 to the power 10 is the happiness in Brahma Loka. So as you are going up the tree, the movement is reducing and more stability is gained. Why? Because you are moving towards the source of the creation. And the ultimate purpose is to go towards the source. Now, if I have to go towards the source, I have to move away from the periphery. Both the things cannot happen at the same time. You cannot keep on hanging on the leaves, eating leaves, but at the same time desiring to go to the base. There will come a time when you will have to give away with the leaves, move towards the stem, and from the stem go to the very base of it. So this is, one explanation that comes up. The whole creation has been described like that. And it is so complex. Krishna says that it is so complex, mam maya duratya, very difficult to come out of it. But asanga shastra, the shastra that Krishna says is asanga. Asanga means, neither attachment nor detachment, nor negative attachment also. No attraction, no aversion to the world. And then with that anasakta approach, trying to turn inwards. Where is this source of creation? Where is this base of this tree? It is within the depth of my own heart. And it is in this way that the periphery has come up. All of you can see this also is another thing. You can, see this is like a pot from where some branches are coming up, but actually what it is nothing but our nervous system. So as a person stands, we think that when I stand, my roots are my feet. Okay, but no, my root is in my head face region here. See, what is a root? Root is where you give nourishment and the whole plant flourishes. So we give nourishment through the mouth, which resides in this region. All our major sense organ, which are like nourishment, from where we gather all the food from all the senses, it gets into this region. This is known as Sahasrara. This has a Brahmarandra, from where the cosmic energy also enters and nourishes in sleep and completely rejuvenates the organ downwards. So in this way, a standing human being also is like an inverted tree. In a tree, you can cut the branches, the tree will not die. If a person loses his limb, lower limb, he will not die. But if you cut it from here, the person has to die. There is no option. So in the same way, the base, the very root has to be cut from here. It means Krishna is telling that you should not have even desire of going up to the Brahma Loka also, because there also again you are going to fall down, and you have done this up and down many times. In the same way, they say that macrocosm and microcosm, Anda, Brahmanda and Pindanda, that is the example they give. So human being also has been created in the image of this creation. So my head is up and everything is down, which is like a periphery. Now, when you nourish the root, you are nourishing the whole organism. So Krishna says, if you do your karma, whatever karma that you are doing described in the Vedas, if you do it for the sake of the base, for the Uttam Purusha, which is the transcendental Purusha or the consciousness, then actually that Yajna karma, all your actions surrendered to that, will actually bring fulfillment into your life in all the directions. Whereas if you ignore the root of this creation and get into the periphery, then you will actually get more intertwined into the web of the Maya. So Krishna, after these 3 shlokas, in the 4th shloka says, Tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. Then one must search out the base of the tree, which is the supreme consciousness, from whom streamed forth the activity of the universe a long time ago. Upon taking refuge in him, one will not return to this world again. Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha. Again up and down on this tree will not happen. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. That Adi Purusha I am devoted to that Adi Purusha I surrender my actions. Yataha pravrittihi prasruta purani, which started this whole creation, long time ago, who is an ancient being and the very sustainer of this universe. So Krishna also in 7th chapter says that Devi Yosha Gunmayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva ye prapadyante Maya metam tarantite. My divine energy, Maya, consists of 3 modes of nature, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, is very difficult to overcome. But those who surrender unto me cross over it easily. So one short way that Krishna says is Asanga from the world and Sanga to the Uttama Purusha. How to develop that Sanga? You can start chanting a mantra which can remind you throughout the day that you have to go to the very base, the very source of this creation. And that is what is going to give you lasting happiness, ever increasing lasting happiness. See, if there is a plant, a green rose plant, till night there was nothing, only green leaves. Next day morning you see, and there is a bright red bud. How does this bud come? Taittiriya Upanishad says that the essence of the creation is Anandamaya. So the whole essence of the sap in the plant is filled with bliss. And that bliss increases, 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 and lo, there is a blast of that bliss emerging in the form of a flower. Now, in the same way, we are all a blast of that bliss as we came up into the womb of our mothers. Now, we want that bliss because that is our very nature. And we do not want momentary. We want ever increasing, lasting bliss. Where is that? Yogis have found out that that is the very source, that is the very depth of our heart, from where there is this spring. So for that, we need a Sangha. A Sangha, that is why we in our sessions say, shut down all the sense organs to the external world. Turn yourself inward. We want to take you to the very base of the tree. And with this, kind of understanding, I think we should read the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yogis say that even if you, do not read all the 18th chapter, the 15th chapter is considered as the very essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. And I pray that all of you, understand this and divert all your actions. Do all your actions not towards the periphery, the leaves described in the Vedas, toward the momentary sense organ object contact, but you do it right for the Uttam Purusha. Then your action will not have any Shubha karma or bad karma. It will only give you one result, which is moving closer to the source of creation. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you very much. Now we can take up some questions which people have asked. Yes, some people raise the hand. Surya ji, please ask your question. Oh, is there a difficulty in unmuting? Please unmute. Yes, Surya ji.
Yeah, good morning, sir. It was not allowing me to unmute, so I was trying. So, sir, when you showed this picture, it just reminded me like there is a reference in the Bible also towards a baobab tree, which I don't know if it is equivalent to the people tree, but the symbolism over there is also like it's cyclical in nature. And I think the roots and the leaves is like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, of somebody else in the audience, like there is heaven on earth and there is earth in the heaven. So I think it's to do with the cyclical nature of our lives. I don't know, that tree just reminded me of that because
Yes,
one of my friends had told me this, and until she mentioned it, I had never knew there was such a thing. And then she showed me the picture, and when you showed this, I was like, there is a lot of similarity in the religions also. But I don't know if I'm correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
yes, definitely. There are many things in Bible, and this also matches with the same tree. In the Bible also, they said that before God, there was the word of God. They are talking about Om. They're talking about the source of creation. So there are things which are common. And when you say cyclical, there is no earth in the heaven. Earth is here and earth is Mrityu Loka. Here whoever comes has to die. But the heavens also, people fall from there. They have to come back to earth. So earth is one where there is freedom of doing the karma. Rest all the places you receive the fruits of those karmas. They can be, shubha karma, good karma, or bad karma. But the freedom to initiate a new karma is only on the earth. Then you go up. If you have done good karmas here, where you have done a lot of social welfare, but ultimately you did all the karmas for the leaves only. You couldn't do your karma for the base of this tree. So that's why you ascend up. Even, there are very human beings on this earth who have risen up to the level of Brahma. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that even Brahma, has these many kalpas, cycle of, these Chatur Yuga repeats thousands of years. So 1000 years here is one day of Brahma, 1000 years here is one night of Brahma, but still that Brahma also has a lifespan. And then after that, that Brahma also comes back onto the earth. So in the same way, all these deities, sun, Varuna, Indra, Brahma, all these deities were human being here. They did such karma that they rose up to those heights, and then they again had to come back. Yes.
Yeah. So, sir, when you say that these people, when they've done all these good karmas and they've attained enlightenment, and when they come back to earth, means you're referring to these enlightened souls, like these people who come to do good, like say, for example, Sai Baba or Sri Swami Samarth or Jesus, like they were once upon a time human. They did this meditation and through their good karmas on earth, then they went up to the heavenly abode and then they came back again. Is that, or like angels descending to earth? Is that
No,
what you're saying?
the angels, is okay, but these people, may have completely transcended, So what I am referring to is that there are people, who do lot of charity, lot of great amount of work, good work, but they still have a very subtle sense of I-ness in that. And because of that I-ness, they are bound to that karma. So that karma takes them to heavenly abode, and even, they may get closer to the source of the creation. And once you go closer to the source of creation, in the creation itself, you are given greater and greater responsibility. So you are going very close to that, but still not reaching there. And that's why you fulfill that karma, that duty. Yamaloka, Yama is there. Various deities are there who are energy beings, who are managing different sets of energies. And once that is done, their karma, whatever good that they did, they get those results. They again come back as a human being here. Because ultimately, till you reach the Uttam Purusha, the transcendental consciousness, you will have to keep going up and down. So maybe Sai Baba and other people are the manifestation of the Uttam Purusha himself, that he takes a form and comes here to tell people that you have to do activity for the Uttam Purusha. Otherwise, all the Vedas describe the results of the actions in the form of three gunas. So therefore, Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Nistre Gunyo Bhava Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you please transcend beyond gunas. Nirvedam cha, go beyond the karma kanda that has been described in the Vedas, but understand the real meaning that all these activities should be devoted to the ultimate Purusha, the Uttama Purusha. Preeti ji, you wanted to ask something?
Yes, sir. So, I mean, I tried to, it's a very abstract concept that you gave us, but it's so wonderful. And a few doubts came into my mind, and I thought I'll just ask you. Sir, the roots that you mentioned, which are coming from the leaves and they're holding us down, are they our actions which are not really devoted to God, and we are looking for some selfish, kind of expectation from that? And the second thing is, like Lord Krishna said, cut the tree. So is cutting the tree meaning attaining immortality in a way, and you're saved from going up and down the tree? So I was just thinking, whether is this the interpretation of the roots and of symbolically cutting the tree?
Yes, both points are correct, Preeti ji. The roots that are hanging from the branches are further going down. It means they are going further away from the base. So these are the sakam karmas that you do, the karmas that you do for the sense pleasures, and then the roots keep going more and more down. So holding those roots, human being can keep descending down, but holding the same root, he can also climb up and then catch another root, which is going to a bigger branch. So these are karmas. So which have a capability of helping you go down and down as you get into tamasic karma, or remaining at the same place holding the tree, that is rajasic karma, or actually climbing up and then taking another branch and climbing further up, taking another branch, climbing further up till you reach the stem, So even at the level of this stem, when you reach, you are reaching through your shubha karma. So shubha karma give you the capability of holding the root and climbing up. Bad karmas give you the capability, or you take you down away from the source. So these roots are hanging through all the branches that are there, and there are higher branches and there are lower branches. But our aim is not to do this up and down, and cutting the tree means that up to the level of Brahma, there also you should develop anasakti, because that also is of the nature of coming and going. Whereas you have to search the eternal, which is beyond time, which is untouched, Mahakala, beyond Kala. That is the Mahapurusha or Adi Purusha that Krishna is talking about. And this is, he says, pravrittihi prasuta purani. From the very beginning, from here, this whole pravritti of this world has come. Long time ago. You have to take refuge in him. So there is, for that, you have to detach yourself from
Like police.
the roots of the branches.
Police.
And you have to attach to the very base. Once you reach there, you cut the tree from the stem itself, from the very root of its stem, so that it cannot grow again. And then you are one with the base. So this is the understanding, and definitely that means that you are beyond the cycle of going up and down. It means Brahma bhuvanan lokaha punaravarti no Arjuna. Krishna says up to Brahma also it is punaravarti that is happening. So when you reach that Uttam Purusha, you become one with it, and that is immortality. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful. Absolutely.
Yes. Lalita ji.
Namaste, sir. A very, very deep subject. I think I need to listen to it again also. But what came to my mind, sir? So our aim should be to reach the roots. Roots signify enlightenment.
Yes.
When I relate to Buddha and his the way enlightenment happened and the Bodhi tree, the significance of it.
Yes.
That is what
Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. So you are going to the very base. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. So Asanga here and Sangha there.
Okay.
So this is enlightenment. For a Bhakta, this is that the Bhakta merges himself into the Purusha. For a Jnani, this is, okay, I know my own Swarupa. So in this way, based on your own, tendencies, ultimately you have to understand that you have to go to the base, the very source of this creation. And that is the purpose of yoga, taking you from the periphery to the source of creation.
Yes,
you can go by Raj Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah.
Or Jnani Yoga.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Hemant, what was the topic today, sir? I missed it basically.
The topic was, what is the depiction of this, inverted tree? What is the meaning of it that has been described in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita?
Okay.
Okay, dear friends, I know it is a very deep subject, but I myself ponder upon this shloka for a long time. And this was very wonderful, to see that the human being also is an inverted tree, and the creation also like that. So we have to move to the source. Please contemplate on this. Thank you. Namaste.
Doctor, where can we learn Bhagavad Gita? Self-study is good, but then if someone teaches, any idea, sir?
Bhagavad Gita, I think commentary by Swami Chinmayananda or Swami Dayanand Saraswati, they are very good. There are, online lectures also by Swami Chinmayananda, shloka by shloka, freely available on YouTube.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Doctor, you'll load this today's talk.
Yes, today itself. Today itself.
Thank you. Thank you.